The national capital, the Supreme Court has set a deadline of 3 months for the centre and the Delhi government to install smog towers at Connaught Place and Anand Vihar in order to combat pollution in the national capital. Now, a smog tower is a giant air purifier which can reduce air pollution within a given area. Remember, the first smog tower of Delhi was installed on January 3rd this year in Lajpat Nagar in South Delhi. While the Supreme Court has ordered the centre and the Delhi government to set up 2 more smog towers in 3 months, the air quality in the national capital continues to remain grim. Close to 20 areas are in the poor category and some also in the very poor category of air quality today. Now, the Supreme Court has issued a slew of directions to the centre and the Delhi governments as well as to the neighbouring states of Delhi over the issue of air and water pollution. My colleague Tanima now joining me with further updates on this. Tanima, over to you. Can you help us understand what are the important Supreme Court directions that has come in as far as the air pollution is concerned?
Quickly take a look at what are the other directions which have come in from the top court when it comes to tackling pollution. So the first one, of course, as we covered, it's installing smog tower at Anand Vihar and Connaught Place. Remember that there's already a smog tower which exists in Lajpat Nagar area. That's, of course, South Delhi. But Anand Vihar and Connaught Place also see a lot of pollution, especially Anand Vihar, which mostly stays in very poor category, especially in the worst time period during December and January. Random checking of water samples within a month. Now, remember that the Supreme Court is also not just looking at air quality, but also water samples after the Bureau of India Standards had in fact put up that report saying that there were 11 places from which water samples had been collected in Delhi and they all turned out to be very poor. So even looking at that angle as well, Supreme Court has ordered for random checking of water samples within a month. If we go into the next point there, we will see that agencies have been asked to submit report on water pollution, give a timely report on water pollution. This, of course, correlates with the second point where random checks are to be carried out. If we go into the following point there, the Supreme Court has also said that we should, that the government, both in the centre as well as in Delhi, should ensure use of anti-smog guns in Delhi NCR. Now, anti-smog guns are also similar machinery which is being used besides a smog tower in order to tackle air pollution in public spaces. If we go into the following point, we'll see that the Supreme Court has said that there should be a comprehensive plan on stubble burning. Now, the onus here is, of course, largely with the Environment Ministry because there are several other states involved, Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh and even Punjab, from which there are regular complaints of stubble burning. Delhi government has spoken about it earlier. So the SC has said there should be a plan to tackle the menace of stubble burning. If we go into the next point there, the Supreme Court has said that states should stop burning of waste and use for processing. So this, of course, also is another aspect which adds to the pollution in the national capital. Again, something which has been pointed out by the Delhi government earlier. Pollution control boards should monitor industrial areas. Now, it's in the outskirts of Delhi where there are, or in the outer part of Delhi where there are several industrial areas. There are temporary shutdowns which we see taking place because of once the pollution levels really spike in the national capital. But the Pollution Control Board has to constantly monitor the industrial areas. Go to the following point. The SC has also said that there should be a status report with respect to compliance of road construction norms. Now, that is, of course, seems like a traffic measure, but it's not that. It's basically in order to control the amount of pollution which is being spewed up on the roads of Delhi. As we know that it's a city which sees probably one of the highest congestions of vehicles on roads. So in order to deal with that, there should be a report also with regard to compliance of road transport. And the top court has said that the states should give a comprehensive plan for waste management. And the following point, if we look at the last point there, where the top Supreme Court has said that there should be a proposal for installation of oxy furnace in glass industries in Delhi NCR. And that is also basically concentrating in the industrial areas where, the pollutants in that area is one of the problem spots for Delhi. So in order to curb that, in order to control that, this is also another measure which has been recommended by the top court.